Hello, Professor, and hello, everyone. We are Team 11, and my name is Gopika. The game we have come up with is Kung Fu Panda. And before proceeding with it, let me tell you what this video actually consists of. This video basically consists of three different parts. The first one will be a brief introduction to the game, and then it will be about the individual contributions, and lastly, it will be the demo of the game. Now, moving on with the basic introduction to the game. In our game, the main character is Panda. This game consists of two different stages and three different levels of difficulty. Now, in this game, we have three different obstacles. They are tiger, snake, and bees. In total, the panda will be having three lives. Every time the panda gets hit by an obstacle, it loses a life. Once the panda loses all its lives, the game will be over. And on the other hand, if panda manages to reach the destination safely by overcoming all the obstacles, then in that case, we can say that the player has won the game. And in order to develop this game, we used Kinect. So we have four basic controls in order to play this game. That is, whenever the player raises his left hand above his head, the panda will make a long jump, and whenever the player raises his right hand above his head, the panda will make a low jump. Similarly, when the player keeps his hand in a rightward direction, the panda will move towards right, and if the player keeps his hand towards the left direction, then the panda will move towards the left. And talking about the individual contributions, these are the different patterns that have been implemented by every member in the team with which we have come up with this game today. And this is our final Kanban board and cycle time report. And coming to me, I have implemented state pattern for developing the menu screen of the game. This screen consists of three different buttons which include play, help, and select level. And based upon the button clicked by the player, the state will be changed. Talking about the basic idea behind my implementation, let me show you the class diagram for this state pattern implementation. And here is my UML class diagram. So the basic idea is the state manager's instance will be called by calling the change method. And depending upon the button pressed by the player, a call will be made either to the menu state or the play state. From the diagram, you can see that menu state and play state are the two different concrete classes, and iStates is my interface. And finally, this is my supported sequence diagram for this game. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Pratik and my task was to implement a design pattern for state transition in the game and to add obstacles in each of the stages. So basically we have implemented a two-stage game and I have used a factory method design pattern for the same. Object diagram for the same is shown here. So here the iObstacle creator interface has been implemented by stage 1 factory and stage 2 factory. The jungle class, which is a client, calls the iObstacle creators method create obstacle using a parameter call option, which is an integer, and it has been generated using the get random function method. And according to the parameter, one of the methods from state 1 factory or state 2 factory is called. State 1 factory's method gives out a snake or a bee, and state 2 factories method gives out randomly a tiger or another snake. So basically tigers and the two snakes and the bee classes implement the move method from iObstacle interface, and they inherit from the actor class. And here is the sequence diagram for my pattern. So the jungle class creates an it has been divided into four parts. So the jungle class creates obstacles in the first part using create obstacle from stage 1 factory, and instead it gets a new snake and a new bee. In the second part, the jungle class, which is a client, creates an obstacle using state 2 factories create obstacle method and gets back a snake and a tiger. Here is the use case specification which I have done, which is for the stage increment. So after the completion of the first level, the stage should complete. It has actors, which is the home post and the panda, and home post is the place where the panda should reach in order for the successful completion of the first stage. So if the panda is unable to complete stage 1, then there will be no increment to the stage 2. So that would be all. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, my name is Amit Rakesh and I have implemented functionality of score and live tracking by using observer pattern. Design pattern encapsulates the concept that varies and help model the changes that can happen in future. Here are some tasks that I was assigned to complete the game in Sprint 2. This is a brief description of observer pattern that it has a subject interface and observer interface is a participant, concrete subject that implements the subject interface, and concrete observer that implements the observer interface. So iPanda has attach observer, detach observer, and notify observer method that is implemented by Panda to attach, detach, and notify all the observers. iScore observer has update method that has the required functionality to implement the logic. Whenever the jungle world initializes, it attaches all the observer that needs to observe the panda. When panda is running, act method is called, and whenever panda crosses the 400 pixels in the game, notify observer method is called, which in turn call the update method on the score displayer, which is a required functionality to increase the score in the game. Next is iLife observer, which tracks the life of the panda as he touches the different kind of obstacle in the game. So whenever the update method on live displayer is called, it decreases the life of the panda whenever he touches the any obstacle. Here is one use case specification that I implemented that decrement the life of panda and increase the score in the game as the panda is running in the game. Basic flow is run the game, click on the play button, raise your left hand as you want to avoid the obstacles. You should be fine.
Hello everyone, my name is Chaitanya Teja and my task was to animate every character in the game like panda, snake and bee. So this was achieved by using the iterator pattern, and as you can see there are 4 main participants of a iterator pattern. There is a aggregate interface, concrete aggregate class, iterator interface, concrete iterator class. So in our game, the aggregate corresponds to iRepository, and the concrete aggregator is the image repository class. Iterator interface is the same as iterator, and concrete iterator is the same as image iterator. So every image has a particular array list of strings which has the various image names like .png, image1.png, image2, and we are passing this array list into a class called image repository, wherein we can actually create a iterator for that particular actor, say panda, and this can actually be this has many functions like get index, next, has next. Get index would bring the position of the element in the array list, next would actually bring the next element, and has next would check if there is an element present in the array list or not. So we have collected the various images and we have iterated through each image of the particular character, and we have a sequence diagram which supports the same and which has various actors in it like bee, snake, tiger, etc. So that was my task, and thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Ashish. My primary task was to implement the strategy design pattern in the game. The job was to set the difficulty level in the game as selected by the user. So here are some of my other tasks that I was supposed to deal with. There is a basic strategy pattern class diagram that you can see on the screen. The context is used to delegate the request from the client onto the concrete strategy classes, which are inherited by an interface called strategy. So in the game we have used the class called level context as the context class. So every time a user starts the game, he will be presented with the option to select the difficulty level of the game, which could be which could be amongst easy, medium, or hard. So the request will be stored in the level context class. It will be passed on to the iStrategy interface, which then will delegate the request to the corresponding strategy subclass, which could be easy strategy, medium strategy, or hard strategy as per the requirement of the user. Here's the sequence diagram. Suppose the user requested the difficulty level to be easy. The request will be passed on to the level context, which will then call the method set speed using the iStrategy interface, which will then be delegated to the easy strategy class, which will then call the speed, the set speed method, which then will set the speed to the numeric value corresponding to the difficulty level of easy. Here's a use case specification that I have dealt with. The job was to select the difficulty level of the game. Player will be given 3 options: easy, medium, hard. Game will start. User will click on the option select level. User will select one of the option. Game will start with the selected level of difficulty. This was a basic flow that I was talking about. Moving on to the alternate flow. Game starts. User click the play button. It will be presented with the if he doesn't choose, if he choose not to pick a difficulty level, the game will start with the difficulty level of medium, which is the default configuration in this game. There are no preconditions. There is no failed end condition. The only successful end condition is the game will start with the selected level of difficulty by the user. Thank you.
Hi all, my name is Shruti and my task was to implement a Kinect gesture recognition using the observer pattern. Here is my details of task. So first was implementing observer design pattern for Kinect. Then implementing the gesture feature like jumping, moving forward, increasing or reducing speed. Implementing the gesture: when the left hand is raised above the head, the panda jumps. When the right hand is stretched, it speeds up. And when the left hand is stretched, the panda slows down. And the last task was creating pattern observer pattern class diagram and the sequence diagram. So now let's look at how I have implemented the observer pattern. To implement the observer pattern, I have implemented 2 interfaces: iConnect subject and iConnect observer. The iConnect subject interface acts as an interface for the subject part of the observer pattern, whereas iConnect observer acts as the interface for the observer part. When the jungle class is instantiated, we register panda as an observer. The moment the hand state changes, the notify observer method from the parent Kinect World class is called. The method in turn calls the update method for the panda, which reads the hand state and performs the corresponding action in the act method. Now let's look at the sequence diagram of the observer pattern. At the beginning of the game, the Kinect World class is instantiated and a jungle class extends the Kinect World class, which implements the iKinect subject interface. The class stores a list of all observers that are observing the state of the user's hand. The jungle class registers the panda as an observer by calling register observer method. And then the notify observer method called from the jungle object calls the update method on the panda object, which informs the panda about the state of the hand of the user. So based on the state of the hand, the panda performs an appropriate action. So that's how I have implemented it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, we have implemented a Kung Fu Panda game using Kinect, and it's a 2 stage and a 3 level game. So I'll be first selecting the difficulty level, and I'll be going with the medium level as I'm not so good with the game. The game has started with this obstacle has come up, which is the B, and my left hand will move the panda to the top. So B and the snake are the obstacles in our game in the first stage. So as you can see, I died once. So the panda life has reduced from 3 to 2 now. Now the right hand will move the panda towards the home, which is considered as the end of the stage, and you can see at the middle of the screen down, the score has come down to 0. That means the distance has reduced. Now this is our second stage of the game, wherein the tiger and the snake are the obstacles. The life has again reduced to 1 and now it has reduced to 0 and the game is over.